Hello, I'm Sean.
And I'm Matt, and together,
We're the Daily Shatt.
Welcome to the Daily Shatt. Before we get going, we'd like to give a shout out to the greatest lineman of the past generation, top 10 all time, I'd say, Joe Thomas, on his amazing career. Sorry to make the playoffs, man, but
It's sad when a lineman could be maybe top 3 franchise player all time ever.
I don't even think it's arguable. I think he absolutely is.
Yep, top 3. We love you, Joe.
We love you. Great guy. All right, so we're going to do our new segment, Start Bench Cut. I'm going to give Sean the first dose of it. So you got White Chocolate in his prime, Jason Williams, Steve Nash in his prime, and Darren Williams in his prime.
Did Darren Williams had a prime?
I think it's time with the Jazz. He was top 5 point guard in the league.
He had a minute. You start Steve Nash, prime Steve Nash, and I think you start Darren Williams.
You bench him?
Bench Darren Williams, and you cut White Chocolate. Although I like White Chocolate, he's a fan favorite. But, yeah, you gotta start Steve Nash. Love Steve Nash.
I love Steve Nash as well.
So, yeah. Want me to go?
Yeah, let's hear what you got.
Okay, start bench cut. Mila Kunis,
Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence,
Okay.
Charlize Theron.
Oh boy. I'm starting Mila Kunis.
You always start Mila Kunis. Or do you finish with Mila? I don't know.
I'm gonna bench Jennifer Lawrence.
She will kill you. She's crazy.
Imagine if you cut her.
Either way, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, well, Charlize Theron might break a hip if she tries. She's a little old. I love Charlize Theron, but no, you Pat. Never mind. Yeah,
I would cut Mila. Although I love Mila. Jennifer Lawrence is that type of crazy that we all love for a minute. And Charlize Theron is an all-time fan favorite of mine.
you and your wife.
Yep. Yeah. I couldn't think of any sports ones, so I just thought of the
That's a safe way to go.
So, all right. Moving on, Matthew. Okay. First thing on the agenda that we're going to go over is the NFL free agency. It's been crazy. There's been a ton of moves, a ton of big moves, a ton of big names still out there.
And just la la land.
Yeah. So, what's a couple of your favorites? What's your favorite one so far?
I feel like I'm going to start off with someone who I think got disrespected by his former franchise, and I think he went to a good one. Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't understand why.
He is arguably the best receiver ever put on a Green Bay uniform. I said it. I said that.
You just don't know better. But
well, no,
okay,
I think I stand by that statement. I think he's top 3 all time.
He is. Yep.
The things him and Aaron Rodgers did together was unreal, and
I feel he's still in a couple of years left.
Yeah, he's proven he is still productive when Aaron Rodgers is his quarterback. I don't think his lack of production last year was on him. I think it was the injury at quarterback. So I think he got disrespected, although I do like the Packers' sign of Jimmy Graham. But I like Jordy Nelson signing with the Raiders. I think Derek Carr's going to have a bounce-back year this year, and I think
it's a huge upgrade, Jordy over Michael Crabtree.
I agree. I think him as your number 2 is a great receiver, and Amari Cooper will get his act together. I think they're going to be a dangerous outside.
I like it.
What about you? Who you got?
I would do the Richard Sherman one.
Okay.
Not because him getting let go I think was fine. I think he saw it coming, but I love that he signed with the Niners so he can play Seattle twice a year.
So
he had to have factored into his decision.
Oh, absolutely. What do you think the Niners record is against the Seahawks next year?
2-0.
You think so?
I think so. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be that good. They weren't that good last year. I don't think they're going to be that good. And I don't even know if the Niners will be that good. We'll see if the real Jimmy Garoppolo
I think he's legit, absolutely.
But I thought that was cool that he signed to play his former team twice.
I like it. I do like that.
I like that type of attitude. So, couple big QBs.
Huge, and I think that's what we were all waiting on to see where they signed. Completely shocked on how the Vikings went about their free agency. I'm not saying it was wrong. I just was surprised. They had 3 Pro Bowl caliber quarterbacks and got rid of all of them. But I did like them signing Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins throwing to Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and whoever else, Treadwell, whoever else they have a solid offense. I think I'm calling it right now, Sean. The Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl this coming season.
I'm calling it right now, Matt. You're on crack.
I think he's not a Kirk Cousins fan.
84. There you go. $84 million.
Guaranteed. Nobody deserves $84 million.
Not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed.
Holy crap!
But
if he wins a Super Bowl, then yeah, I'll apologize here. But no, I don't think he's an upgrade over two of the quarterbacks they had. Fragile Sam Bradford, if he could have played, would have been all right. But Case Keenum.
Okay, yeah, I feel like they disrespected Case Keenum after what he did. But I think Kirk Cousins is legit, and I think he's in the right offense and the right system to prove that he is.
One of these years, I'm going to be right, because the last three have been calling him a bum. And I think this is the year that I'm right on Kirk.
2 years ago, when he had a great season, Sean was like, I need to see it 2 consecutive years. And then he said 3 consecutive years, and he's done it all 3 years, and he still won't believe in him.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe in him. Sorry, Kirk. Kurt.
All right.
Whatever your name is.
There's also another big one.
Case Keenum.
Your Broncos.
Yeah, that one wasn't even on my top 3 radar for the Broncos.
But
I actually really like it. I think the value that Case brings.
Side note, who was your top 3? Was Kirk Cousins on there, Sean?
No.
Yeah, Bulls.
No.
Absolutely.
You can't say that on camera. I can't.
You just annihilated him, but you would have loved him if you'd have signed with the team.
Maybe he was 3 or 4.
I think he was 1.
Alex Smith was my number 1.
Okay, Alex Smith. That's true. I think we all wanted Alex Smith. And then Kirk Cousins, wouldn't you say?
No, we're not talking. No.
Okay, anyway.
No.
How do you feel about Case?
I think Case is going to be good. I think Case is a good bridge quarterback to who they draft this year. Paxton Lynch is a bum. Paxton doesn't belong to... He shouldn't even be carrying bags in the NFL.
So you think Keenum's good 2-3 years while they're getting whoever they draft ready?
Yep, I think so. I think they draft a QB.
Jackson.
I think they move up. They move up in the draft.
Do you think the Broncos are going to move up?
I hope so. They need to. So unless they're going to pick...
How are they going to finagle that?
If they stay at 5, they're not going to get a QB they want or need. So, but if they stay at 5, then you take Saquon Barkley. So if they really want a quarterback...
If the Browns don't take Saquon Barkley at 1, they're idiots. But if he's there at 5, they have to take him.
I agree. So, speaking of the Browns, what makes me think they're not going to take Saquon Barkley is they signed Carlos freaking Hyde. So now they have 2 solid running backs, and you throw Saquon in there. I love Saquon. I think he's going to be immediate star.
This draft is so unique. I mean, I get it that there's... For so many years, like they just feel like you can't draft a running back 1 or even early in the first round. But with this draft, and with the 1 and 4 pick that they have, with 5 legit quarterbacks in this draft, why don't you take the best running back at 1 and then take whatever quarterback's left at 4?
Well, number 2 spot, Giants will take a QB. Number 3, now the Jets will take a QB.
Which I hate them.
Unless the Jets move backwards. Maybe they move backwards to pile picks, but they'll take a QB. But they shouldn't, because maybe they should.
I don't think they should.
No matter what they do, they're going to suck. And then the Browns at number 4. So if the Browns are confident that 2 and 3 will not pick Saquon Barkley, they pick Saquon at 4. Ooh, it's
Do you
tough.
risk that though?
It's tough.
I think it's safer to take him at 1 and then whatever quarterback's left at 4.
Whatever it is, we should be GM of the Browns. I think we could
agree. Draft day 2. But Browns had some big signs, and I liked them. I liked them a lot. I think Tyrod Taylor is a great bridge quarterback. I think he takes care of this team till whoever they draft is ready, whether it's 6 games, whether it's a full season. Like, he's the man till whoever they draft's ready.
I agree. I think they're studs on offense.
Yeah. I mean, Jarvis Landry, you have
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. You have, they're dangerous, especially if you add Saquon Barkley. So
I don't know. What do you final say on that? What do you take at number 1? What do you take at 4?
I take Barkley at 1, and I think Rosen, Jackson, and Mayfield are left at 4, and I take Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is so underrated in this draft. He performed great at the Combine. Just because he's the only downside of Lamar Jackson is that he's a runner, so he might get hurt. That's the only down. The kid...
I put him I don't know. I put him at 4.
I think he's got a better attitude than Rosen. That's what separates.
I don't like Rosen, but he'll be taken high just because they can get past that.
I think Darnold and.
I would like them to take Saquon and a QB, but if they don't think they can take Saquon, I think Saquon should be their number 1.
Agreed.
So, but however, if they think 2 and 3, we'll take a QB. They can take Saquon at 4. It's a risk. It's a gamble.
But
that's why we get paid the big bucks.
It's true.
We just figured it
but
out.
The thing with the Jets signing Bridgewater, which I love, so I'm going to hate if they draft a quarterback because I think Bridgewater still got it. I think he's just going to be mentored under McCown for a little bit.
Well, they're going to suck again, and so they're going to have a chance next year to draft.
If they draft Saquon at 3, which they should if he's still there, even though I hate the idea of him with the Jets, you put him and Teddy Bridgewater in the same backfield, that's dangerous.
I like it. So not offensively speaking, like the Browns, I think they load up on the O. The Rams were already very good on defense.
Insanely.
And they just locked down 2 corners, and I mean it's crazy. You now got Talib and Marcus Peters opposite each other
on the same team as the defensive player of the year, which was already a great defense.
Yeah, and a few of their other signings and their linebackers, everything. The Rams, if they can play half as good offense as they
and my boy Jared Goff, who you don't believe in, who I insist is great.
Wait for year 3.
That's what you said about Kirk Cousins.
No, because this will be Kirk's year 3, and he's going to suck.
This is year 4.
No, I'm not talking about like year 3 since I've been saying how bad he is.
Okay. Jared Goff's legit. You heard it here.
He'll be all right, but I think the Rams are going to have one of the best defenses. I think the Rams are going to by far win the NFC West, no matter what the Niners or the Seahawks do. Rams are going to be good.
I agree, dang good.
Pretty excited for the draft. We're coming up on a month, less than a month.
We will update you every step of the way.
That's going to be awesome.
Let's get into some basketball. Playoffs getting near. This is when NBA is finally a little bit interesting. West Coast Conference. Has there ever been a race this close?
It's always pretty close, like 6 through 9, or maybe 7 through 10, 6 through 10, or whatever. I have never seen the Western Conference as good as they are down to the 11 and 12th. And I'm pushing the Lakers up there because they have really played well. But the Jazz just moved to the 5th seed.
They started the week at the 10th spot and ended in the 5th seed.
If they had lost that game against the Kings, which they came pretty dang close to, they would have been back down out of the playoffs. And so the Jazz are playing at an incredible high, but there's no room. You can't lose. You cannot lose. They have a tough stretch coming up, and it's all over the place. So I think the top 3 are going to be locked up. 4 seeds probably going to be Oklahoma City, although Westbrook will choke.
There's 2 other guys to take care of business there. So
well, there's 1.5. Carmelo's half of what he.
Paul George is underrated, I think.
I agree. Westbrook will leave. Paul George will be the face of OKC. But the playoffs, back to what we're talking about, the playoffs are going to be, no matter who gets in there, the 1 and the 2 seed do not have an automatic bye.
Absolutely. Even though they're the 2 best teams in the league right now.
Yeah, I think the Jazz...
I don't think you see a sweep in the first round.
I think the Jazz will be the 6th seed, maybe 7th seed. But if they go with the 6th seed, they play the Trailblazers, who they match up great against. And then Damian Lillard, I take back what I said about him earlier this season on the Daily Shatt. He just moved in the top 3 MVP race.
Unreal.
You heard it first. A Sean Herring apology.
That's his wife. She's never heard that.
That is true. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, how it unfolds. Every game is meaningful for the next 14 games.
The Jazz have won 20 of their last 24 games.
Yeah.
And they're still a loss away from losing the playoffs. Yeah. And that's never... they have to play lights out. Every team does.
Everybody's bunched there.
Clippers are all of a sudden relevant. Like, Portland's started to make some room. I think they've got a little bit of a cushion. They got about a 4-game lead. But every team is 1 loss and 1 win.
How bad is it going to be if San Antonio doesn't make the playoffs?
Pop goes to Cleveland next year. That's what will happen.
Excited about that. The Eastern Conference isn't as exciting. We know that Cleveland will show up in the playoffs, maybe.
Do you really think LeBron will settle? I mean, he'll wake up and he'll take them to the finals.
So, we'll see. So, anyway, anything else you wanted to say, Matthew?
No.
Alrighty.
No.
Join us next time as we cover sports movies. Matt, I am a genius when it comes to sports movies. Ask me anything about any sports movie. Name one.
Glory Road.
That's a fantastic movie. Thanks, everybody. Bye.